What is up, YouTube? Before I start the video, I would like to point out that True Business Review is ran by two people. I currently make division prediction videos. My name is Dan, and you might have noticed Mike in different videos. So we would like to thank everyone for all the support and views and subscribers. We really appreciate reaching over 100 in such a short amount of time. So yeah, let's get into the video. Before I start the video, I would like to add that only 4.1% of you guys are subscribed. So I'd really appreciate it, and I'd like to thank all of you for all the subs, the views, and the support. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the video. What is up, guys? Back with another video, and today I'm going to be predicting the Indianapolis Colts schedule. So this schedule is looking kind of annoying. Obviously, they're in a division with the Texans and the Titans, two pretty good teams. They play the AFC North, the NFC North, and they play extra teams, the Raiders, and the Jets. So looking at their schedule right now, let's start with week 1. So starting off the season, they play the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. I do believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars are one of the worst teams in the NFL, and the Colts are definitely better than them, which is why I'm going to pick the Colts to win this game. I honestly believe the Jaguars, I don't even know how they're going to win any games next season. Obviously, they lost, basically their defense. Literally their defense is all gone. No notable players left. And the only good player on the team, I guess you could say he used to be good, Leonard Fournette, and that is embarrassing. So this team is not going to be good for a solid 10 to 20 years. No joke when I say that. And I don't expect them to have a winning record in a long time. So I do believe the Colts should easily win this game. So, talking about the Colts, they got Phillip Rivers in the offseason, and he's been a solid QB. But look at him in the playoffs. Look at him last season. Horrible. So he went 5-11 last season with the Chargers, with the offense built around him, which was pretty decent, and a decent enough defense to win games, and they went 5-11. And I blame it on Phillip Rivers. So when you look at the Colts signing him, I guess it's better than Jacoby Brissett. But at the same time, Phillip Rivers, he's one of the worst QBs. That's good. So I don't think Phillip Rivers is the solution to the problem. They should have drafted a QB earlier in the draft, but whatever. So we have to continue with week 2. They host the Minnesota Vikings. So I do believe the Vikings are the better team, and it is in Indianapolis. So this one could go 50-50. But I have to consider this, that Phillip Rivers is new to the team, and the offseason might be cut short because of the coronavirus, obviously meaning training camp, getting familiar with the rest of your teammates, and that could be bad chemistry for the offense and Phillip Rivers. So I'm picking the Vikings to win this game. I definitely think the Vikings are the better team overall, and the Colts were good with Andrew Luck and then ripped them. So I just feel like the chemistry there with Phillip Rivers isn't going to click week 2, but I do believe it's going to get better as the season moves on, which is why I picked the Vikings to win this game. Before I continue with the rest of the picks, I would just like to remind all the Colts fans out there how loyal and nice of a fan base you guys are. So here's a couple of clips. I was really surprised at how nice you guys are. So here it is.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't say I heard the reaction. Yeah, it hurt. I'll be honest, chap. It hurt.
So, next, they host the Jets week 3 at home. So, I obviously think these two teams are basically the same skill. I would not be surprised if the Jets won this game, because I do believe these teams are basically even matched. The Jets' defense is a lot better, and I would not be surprised if they won. But it is a home game for the Indianapolis Colts, and since these teams are basically even, in my opinion, I do believe the Colts are going to pull off the upset. It's going to be Phillip Rivers' second home game as an Indianapolis Colt. He's going to be more familiar than he was week before with the offense. Probably, maybe get a couple touchdowns, maybe 4 or 5 touchdowns, maybe only 2. We'll see. I do believe Phillip Rivers is going to have a better game this week, which is good for them. And they're going to get the W over the New York Jets. So, continuing with the schedule, they have to travel to Chicago. And, like I said before, I do believe these two teams are almost the same. And as the season progresses, I do believe the Bears are going to be the better team. And it is at home for the Chicago Bears. So, obviously, I'm going to have to pick the Bears to win. I think the Bears might start Nick Foles this week or Mitch Trubisky. And it might be that reason why the Bears might lose this game is they might switch QBs back and forth every week, which isn't good for them. And obviously, I think the Colts can pull off the upset. But at the same time, the Colts weren't decent last season, and I don't think Phillip Rivers is good. So I do believe the Chicago Bears are going to win this game at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So October 11th, the week following, they have to travel to Cleveland and play the Browns. So obviously, I think the Colts are better than the Browns, maybe by a slight bit, but it is in Cleveland. So if this game was in Indianapolis, I believe the Colts will win by maybe 2 touchdowns. I'm not a firm believer in the Browns, and I would not be surprised if the Colts win this game. But I am picking the Cleveland Browns to win this game. So I'm only saying this because obviously the Browns have gotten Austin Hooper, Jarvis Landry, OBJ. I don't think Baker Mayfield's good. He's overrated. Too many commercials. You don't see like Tom Brady in commercials, but whatever. So he's overrated. I've never seen a freaking more overrated player in my life. So if it's that reason, the Browns might lose, but at the same time, they're not the worst team in the league. It is a home game for Cleveland, and I feel like they're going to win this game by a couple points, like a 28-24 score maybe. Like I said, Colts probably should win this game, but Cleveland is going to. Common sense. Better offense in Cleveland besides Baker Mayfield. If the Browns had a better QB, then they'd probably be decent, but their defense isn't the best. Myles Garrett is rusty because he was suspended. And the Colts defense, they got pretty good defense. Not the best, not the worst. And their offense is going to be probably better. I believe they got Brandon Cooks on the offseason with T.Y. Hilton. It's pretty good for them. So we'll see. So the next following week, they play a home game against the Cincinnati Bengals. And I believe the Colts are going to win this game. I would not be surprised if Joe Burrow won this game. I don't think the Bengals are going to be too good next season, but obviously they have the talent to be better than they were last season and get a couple wins. The Bengals might surprise the Colts in this game. Might be Phillip Rivers' choke game of the season against a worse team at home. But I do believe the Colts are going to win. They're definitely right now the better team. It is a home game for them, and they should get the W. So the following week, they have to travel to Detroit and play the Detroit Lions. So I do believe the Lions, as the season continues, I believe they're either going to get worse and worse or better and better. And obviously I'm picking the side of better and better just because they were on a roll last season and then Matt Stafford got injured, and that was a big rip for them. So I do believe the Lions are going to be a lot better next season than they were the season before. A pretty bad record. And the Colts had a decent, not the worst record. They choked a very good starting record. I think they went 4-2 and just completely choked that. So I would not be surprised if the Colts choke this game, even though I don't think they're favored to win, and that's why I'm picking the Lions. So rip them in that game. So the following week, they do play at home against the Baltimore Ravens. So obviously Baltimore is top 3 team in the NFL. One of the best teams last season with a 14-2 record. They were blowing teams out. And no surprise here, Baltimore should win this game against the Colts in Indianapolis. It's not even far of a distance, so expect the Ravens fans to be at this game. A bunch of bandwagons in Baltimore too, just to point that out. We've seen Phillip Rivers beat the Ravens in the playoffs, so will not be surprised if it happened again, but that was with the Chargers 12-4 team. Not anymore. So the Colts are different. I do believe the Ravens are 10 times better than the Colts. Colts offense, I expect to be decently good at this point in the season, and their defense, I believe, should be better. So with that being said, I still believe Baltimore has the more talented offense, and they should outscore the Colts in this game. So, the following week, they play on the road against the Tennessee Titans, and that's just a big rip for them. So I do believe that the Titans are going to be one of the best teams in the league next season, and I would not be surprised if the Titans actually didn't perform as well as they did in the playoffs last year, but I'm expecting them to be good. This game's in Tennessee. I believe this is a Thursday night football game. I don't know why this game deserves so much hype, but it's whatever. It's in Tennessee, Thursday night football against the Titans. Should be a win for the Titans, in my opinion. They're definitely the better team with Derrick Henry, Tannehill, A.J. Brown. Their offense is basically explosive, so when the Colts defense can't do anything about it, it's going to be game over, and Titans are going to get the W. So the following week, they do host the Green Bay Packers at home. So at this point in the season, I do believe the Colts are ready to win this game, and I feel like they could be better than the Packers because I don't really believe in the Packers that much. But with that being said, I do believe the Packers are going to get the W. Aaron Rodgers is cheese on the road. Obviously, he had a really good record last season. Only lost 2 road games in California, and that was it. So I think the Packers are going to be the better team at this point in the season and get the slight edge over the Colts in Indianapolis and get the W. It's kind of cheesy that the Packers drafted Jordan Love in the first round and didn't get a skill player. It's kind of cheesy, so would not be surprised if Aaron Rodgers was angry and decided to leave Green Bay mid-season. That'd be a slight over prediction, but we'll see. So I still believe the Packers are going to win this game against the Colts. Should be an easy win for them. Not really. So yeah. So following week, they once again play the Titans, and this is at home, obviously. And I feel like they should win this game, but I'm not picking them to. I believe the Titans are definitely going to be the better team in the matchup, and they're going to be popping off, trying to compete for the division win. And if they want the division, they have to beat the easy teams like the Colts. So they should get this win over the Colts, even though it is in Indianapolis. So I bet Derrick Henry runs all over the Colts in this game. Wouldn't be surprised. So the following week, they travel to the Texans, and I believe they're going to lose this game. So it is against the Texans on the road. DeAndre Hopkins is gone from the Texans, so that's probably some relief for the Colts defense. But Deshaun Watson obviously is a really good player. They got David Johnson for some reason. I don't think he's going to be good. So I do believe the Texans offense still is going to be pretty decent, maybe one of the best in the league. Not the best in the league, but still going to be good compared to last season. Their defense isn't too shabby, and they're definitely better than the Colts, so they're going to win this game at home against the Colts. The Colts are going to get another loss. So, continuing, the following week they play at the Las Vegas Raiders. So at this point in the season, the Las Vegas Raiders are definitely going to be the better team in the matchup, obviously. So I do say this because the Raiders are obviously going to be starting Mariota, or they're going to be starting Derek Carr. They're starting Mariota. Expect Mariota to get the easy dub over the old division rival team. It'd be pretty funny. But at the same time, the Raiders' offense should be a lot better with Josh Jacobs, Henry Ruggs III, Tyrell Williams, Darren Waller. It's going to be a light-out deep offense if they're coached right. And Raiders' defense is not bad. So this game is in Las Vegas, and that's why I'm picking the Raiders to get the W. Definitely going to be the better team at this point in the season. And we saw this game last season where the Raiders went to Indianapolis, I believe, and got the W. So the following week, they play at they play at home against the Houston Texans, and I do believe they're going to lose this game. So I only say this right now because I believe the Texans are going to be competing for the division with the Titans, right? And it always comes down to the last 3 weeks of the season. This obviously is the 14th game in their season, and the Texans are going to be competing for the division title. So I'm only expecting the Titans to win out, and to do that, they're going to have to beat the Colts in Indianapolis and get the W. and I still believe the Texans are going to be the better team. Even though the Colts got Phillip Rivers, I don't think that means anything. So, rip the Colts in this game. So the following week, they play at the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I do expect Pittsburgh, along with the Texans, I do expect Pittsburgh to be competing for their division, and they're gonna have to get the easy win at home against the Colts, and that's what I'm expecting to happen. So I do believe the Steelers are gonna win this game. So yeah, they're definitely gonna be competing with Baltimore for the division win, and to do that, they gotta win out these games, and should be an easy win. We saw this last season. Backup QBs, both started this game in Pittsburgh, and the Steelers got the W. And that was their turnaround of the season, and that's where the Colts actually turned around their winning record and ripped there, so GG. And the last game of the season, at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Easy win for the Colts, no doubt about it. Jaguars are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Don't even have to explain why, even though the Colts aren't even going to be that good. Jaguars are going to be so bad. Colts should easily win this game. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate all the subs, the views, the support. It means a lot to me. Hope we can reach 1,000 subscribers in some point in time. And that's it. So, adios.